All right, here we go. Let's see what do we have today. DJI's last gimbal was the Ronin-SC. After this SC, they didn't really got any of their gimbals out yet in this 2020. It comes with this really great briefcase-like carrying box, which was a point of attraction when I bought this. I'm having this gimbal for a couple of months right now, so this is not really an unboxing video, but we get to have a look at what do you get in the box. So let's go. So let's get to the build quality of this thing. Gimbal seems quite plasticky, but it's really hard. It's more like a tank, and the build is really rigid, and it's made out of matte plastic materials which may easily get scratched. I got some scratches here and there, but that wouldn't bother much. There's this Ronin tag in here, so people would know you're using this DJI's product. There's these mode indicators. Just use pressing by mode buttons. You can change the modes without going to the app. All the fine-tuning system, you'll find it there. So the overall build seems really premium, just like the Ronin-S, its elder brother, but comes with less weight, updated with extra features, and for only mirrorless cameras or less heavy cameras. Now let's get to the whereabouts. From the bottom there is this tripod holder, and you can screw this tripod with this thing. There is this battery indicator. I have only one charge left. Then there is this trigger. There's this lock button with the gimbal itself and the battery. There are two mounts. You can mount your LED light or any kind of external monitor if you want to. Up front there's this joystick. The joystick is really good. Then there's the record button and the mode button. Being lightweight, the maximum payload of this gimbal is something around 4 kilograms, so you can easily use a Canon 200D or other small DSLRs with this camera. I tried balancing a EOS 6D with a 50mm 1.4 and a EOS 6D Mark II with a 85mm 1.8. The balancing process was a little hard, but this worked. But if you're planning to have a bigger lens like a 24-70 or 24-105, then you'll face some issues because the camera would go front heavy and this arm is not long enough. So you need to take the camera behind to balance, and then you would hit this tilting, which is not happening right now, but with larger lenses you will face this issue. So before buying this gimbal, obviously check the compatibility list if your camera is compatible or not, and if you have a bigger camera like a 1DX or if you use a bigger lens, then you have to consider the Ronin-S or some other brands. When it comes to stability, this gimbal is a top notch at its range. You really need to balance the camera properly, because if you don't balance it, motors will struggle to keep it in position and you'll face some shaky footages when recording, because the motors are really not that powerful enough to hold your heavy camera in these positions. And in addition, properly balancing will enlarge your battery life also, because the motors won't have to struggle much more and you'll be okay with more battery life, like 10 to 11 hours of a full day shooting. If you're just changing a lens, rebalance it and need to calibrate the motors, you can hold the M and the trigger button for more than 4 seconds and it will start auto calibrating. These come in real handy when using it professionally and in outdoors when you have less time to do these jobs. So a gimbal's basic work is stabilizing your shaky footages. If you want that only, you can consider buying some low, which will give you similar results to this, like the Zhiyun Weebill-S or something else. But considering other features, application compatibility and some extra features, if you count them in, then this is the only one in this price range, because you get a lot of features like Active Track Pro, Force Mobile, Panorama Mode, Time Lapse, also video tracking. I personally like its small and convenient design. I use smaller mirrorless cameras and prime lenses, so I'm pretty much okay with it. But if you're the one who uses different kind of cameras for every shooting, you need different lenses like zoom or ultra wide big lenses, you might not have to consider this gimbal because it has a large compatibility issue with other cameras. But nevertheless, this gimbal is a great option for you in its price range. It's premium, it just does the job every single time. Going to conclusion, I'd obviously suggest this gimbal for you if you're a wedding cinematographer, a filmmaker using smaller mirrorless cameras and smaller lenses. This is the right choice for you. And if you're still using DSLRs or bigger cameras or with bigger lenses, the Ronin-S is the go for you if you're going for DJI. I personally chose the Ronin-SC over S because there is this subtle differences and updates from Ronin-S tuners and axis locks which come in real handy in day-to-day work. I'll put some example footage shot with DJI Ronin-SC, my A6000 with 30mm 1.4 lens to check those out. Balancing is really important with this gimbal because if you don't balance it properly, you won't get the best stable footage out of it. If you want to see how to balance this gimbal properly, head out to this link of our video where I showed how to balance a camera in this gimbal in a proper method. So that was our look for today with the Ronin-SC. If you like the video, please consider subscribing down below. I'll be back with more content like this. I'm Raj with you. Spread the positivity and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
With